Hello and welcome back everyone. Today we're covering my new Crusader Challenge Rift build, and so far I've been able to clear 94% damage reduction multiple times, using both Punish and Sacred Fire for the primary attack. Personally I prefer Sacred Fire for this build, but in fairness this run has Punish and I'll stay true to that for the run. An insane start here, as this is a quadruple pack, and if there's a jailer among the mix, this is an instant reset, since I need to use the horse to keep the casters CC'd, or they'll inevitably get me in this tight hallway. There's two basic strategies for the trash mobs, and these revolve around using Judgment. The first is to stun the back of the group, stunning the range mobs, and moving to the backside allowing the melee mobs to group on top of them. The other option is to stun the front of the pack, move further away yourself, causing the range mobs to pile on top of the melee. The gameplay for this build is heavily reliant on the individual player's ability to group, CC, and then chain CC on the trash mobs. Failure to group or applying CC too early can leave mobs spread out, and you'll be left unable to clear the rift in time. As with most Crusader builds, it will require about half the rift to kill the boss at a damage reduction like 94%. Nothing to it. By utilizing the stun horse, judgment, and our own position, we're off to a great start. Now this could all be in vain, since there are certain bosses like Sandshaper, and even the Flayed, who we simply don't have enough time in the rift to kill at this reduction. Here I'm backtracking. Since the blues are melee, I want to group up on some of the ranged mobs to make my life easier.
The light is glorious indeed.
Dismounting in a spot behind the mobs, I'll stun the front ranged mob and let the back melee come forward. With practice, this tactic will become easier, and I can't stress enough how critical this is to the success of your rift. Of course, resonance plays a factor in the damage reduction that you'll be able to clear, but this build will work for all resonance levels, and it's even solid in group rifts. I'm never going to hear the end of missing that judgment.
I'm here.
Don't be afraid to kill decent sized clumps of trash mobs. In this case I might skip them, because I think I saw at least 4 ranged.
Come, meet your end.
I should skip this pack, and look for another, or potentially even a shrine. There's more ranged mobs on top of what's already coming from behind, but I absolutely love the staircase and rifts, and I want to show you why. I'm dead, and it probably won't be the last one here, but look how clumped the mobs are already, and now I'm going to head back through the more narrow hallway from where I came. Luck has it that some of the ranged mobs leashed from the previous location, but I believe one of them was near the corner, so I'm going to try to avoid that if possible. Should have plenty of time to take Agonicus out, and sure wish I had Sacred Fire for the extra damage, since you can get solid uptime on him, and I could switch it out, but that wouldn't be true to the testing I'm doing. I will swap on Conjuration of Light in place of Judgment when possible. This is to help survive his meteor shower. I'll also edit in the skills, and do some narrative for them at this point, so that you can understand the build better. Spinning Shield with Sinkhole Cross and Spring Pack Chain. This ability is massive damage, and its output is highly reliant on getting trash mobs grouped and positioned properly. Make sure to unload all charges before picking up an energy globe when possible. Drawn Quarter, Pacificate's Advantage, and Flare to Mirror. The extended duration allows you to both dodge more incoming damage and get additional stuns on the mobs. You could swap the shoulders for group rifts, but I definitely recommend them for solo. Judgment and Conjuration of Light. Use Judgment for trash, and swap Conjuration of Light in for bosses. Judgment is very useful for the stun it provides on the trash mobs, but the amount of damage that it does overall is pretty minimal in comparison to the rest of the abilities. This makes Conjuration of Light and immunity much more beneficial once you arrive at the boss. Holy Banner with Arrow Keeper. This will increase your DPS and give the banner the ability to survive and travel with you while on your horse. For main hand essence, I'm using Horn Splitter, and at this time there's currently no main hand essence for any ability otherwise in the loadout, so whether you prefer Punish for Sacred Fire, this is your best bet. Through my limited testing, I did vastly prefer Sacred Fire personally, but I'm often of the mentality when pushing challenge risks, you're better off not getting hit than gearing to survive. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and have a great day.